All right, Chainlink Friday. Pricing just above $22. We're going to focus on the weekly close, the shorter time frame daily chart, see how far we might drop if we do continue down. And then we'll just focus on some volume as well. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want more help navigating the cycle, consider joining our Patreon group. It's linked below. And we do a lot of educational content in there. All right, daily chart. You can see we've kind of flipped this 21 EMA and under this lower Bollinger Band as resistance, right? When you get above the medium Bollinger Band, you can make those bigger moves, right? You've got the bulls on your side. But right now, you're a little bit more bearish. We're struggling with the 21. We're back down as of yesterday. We actually closed under the 34, this orange line. So now we're a little bit weaker, right? The wind's out of our sails a little bit. So what we've looked at all week is our low closes here as our new zone for support. As long as we hold this, we're still a-okay to, bounce and continue on our uptrend, right? We're in a nice uptrend here. But if we take this out, we have a lower Bollinger Band there helping us at around 2150. The 50-day EMA right there in the green around 2150. And our previous kind of low closes here from our initial move higher. As long as we hold that intact, we've got to assume, a move continuation of the trend. The trend is still up. However, if we take this out, we can see our bigger support zone down here, which is more evident on the weekly and monthly charts, which we'll get to in just a moment here as we zoom out. So here we have our, local highs from July, from the summertime. And we also have our 100-day EMA around just above $19 there. That's a pretty significant moving average, 100 days, right? If we go back, you can see a lot of chop from, last, 2 summers ago, really. 2 years ago, 2024, late 2024, almost coming into 2 years here. Where cycle lows into the 100, right? The 100-day there, right? The local lows, 100. Maybe we hit that again before, going back and trying our luck again back to the high side. So this would be kind of my worst case bet for Chainlink if things get real ugly. Bitcoin goes down to low 100s, possibly, right? This would be that scenario. But this has been a pretty steep correction by Chainlink and Bitcoin. Pretty fast downwards move. I would expect maybe some relief here over the next couple of weeks, or at least some chop. And maybe we hold here. And maybe we, kind of round out September holding on. But we'll see how this ends up closing this week. Again, if we violate, 21 for sure, where, the next odds is down here, right? So let's look at just also a brief Fibonacci kind of retracement here if we do come down here. And what else do we see? Well, our golden zone here, the 618, is also right in line with range highs and the 100-day EMA, right? So that's probably the spot. Okay, if the local high is in and we do in fact come down here, if you want to buy more Chainlink, where do you think I would kind of recommend it at, right? All right, so there's that. Let's look at the Gaussian channel. We also have the top of the Gaussian channel coming into for Superman support here. All right, so all of these things together say this is a pretty big zone of support, just a little bit higher than this one. Now also, we have the 618. Look how significant both these zones are. How much confluence you have. The top of the Gaussian channel here, but if you drop into it, guess what? You have this thicker, bigger support median Gaussian channel at the 100-day, at the previous range highs. Probably give it another couple of days, it'll be right there. And this is our big line in the sand on the monthly. So let's zoom out a little bit more. Let's go to the weekly. Oh, I did want to show you the volume here. Let's remove the Gaussian channel. Let's look at the volume. What's going on here? Well, since our highs, has volume been going up or down? Especially the sells, the red. Down, right? Decreasing. That's what you want. You don't want increasing sell volume as prices are dropping. That can continue for a while, as we'll look at an example of this on the weekly chart. But this is exactly what we want for us to be able to hold the line here, right? That's sellers exhausting, right? That's, yes. Shake your head, yes. All right, let's go out and look at the same thing on the weekly. All right, so now let's look at this, right? We don't need the Bollinger Bands. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Looking at the weekly volume. Look back here. back in December to January. Look at the red spikes, well above average. That's some momentum. Okay, look at the next red, the next big sell, well above average, above average, above average. Where does this start to fade? Well, look over here. Where do we find our actual local bottom? Look at that big red sell-off. Look at the volume, under average, every damn one of them. Even though, whoops, even though you hit the wrong key. Even though we had almost a 40% sell-off every week for 6 weeks straight was under average, right? That sooner or later that's going to become bullish, and we saw the result of that. So, what's my point? Well, just like we looked at back here, above average, look at what's happening now. We'll see where we end up closing the week, but we're rhyming with what we thought this would do, right? If you've been watching my videos, right, this W pattern, look at the move down. So far, we've done about 20%. What if we go down to the 21 week? 33% roughly? Well, how far was this drop down? From our local high here to our lows here, our low wick, 33%, right? Rhyming with this move down to this move higher, right? If you take that same thing, which we've looked at again, like if we were going to rhyme with that, it would be, something similar. And this takes us to, second, third week of October to new cycle highs, with everything still relatively matching and rhyming with this W, right? All is still good. This is kind of the expectation. EMA 8 this week is at 2150. We saw that on the daily chart, 2150, remember? 2150, that's the zone. 2150, the 50-day EMA, 2150. We saw all the confluence there. Well below average sell volume so far. So all this together is pretty clear story, right? Is it not? Right? You don't have to go through life wondering what the hell's going to happen. Just look at the chart. Or have someone translate it for you. That's why I'm here. It's daily updates. I'm here to ease your emotional praise. Everything's still right on plan. Nothing abnormal here. Right? We moved up in 2 months 156%. We're allowed to move down 20% or even 33% to match our previous move, right? All is well. Gaussian channel in the weekly. Top of the channel is right there as well. We'd like to hold that. That move down right there, we held just above it. EMA 8 is just above it. We'll see if this all plays out, right? So for the close this week, really our only goal is to hold 2150. That would do a lot of checkpoints on the daily chart as well, right? 2150, hold. From now till Sunday. Then we'll be back next week and we'll do more. All right, so that's kind of my update for this Friday going into the weekly close. Short and sweet. All is well. Hold. Get your neons on. Flannel, blue flannel. Your job this weekend is to find a blue flannel shirt. Get it done. All right, let's do our quote first. Clicked the wrong button. Though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us or we find it not. Guess you could read deeper into that. Okay, car of the day. This is either a love-hate kind of vehicle. I've never seen anybody that's like, I kind of like them. It's either those are the most hideous things I ever have seen, or I've got to have one. Those are, to me, I like them, right? I just like them because they're different. And obviously one of the most powerful SUVs around, especially this one, the G63. I like these. I like this exact spec, actually. I like the white on black. A little bit pricey, but better than 209. Fair deal. Says it right there. 2022 G63. I like it. I think they're more like a status thing. If you had to ask me about it, right? Do I think they're worth that much money? Probably not. I've been in a couple of these. I've looked at some of these. They're very nice. They're not as just plain and boxy as you would think. But check this out. Car seat. Got kids. We have rich kids here. If we could only have cars like this growing up, huh? Holy hell. The interiors are very nice, if you can't tell that. They might look plain and boxy-ish on the outside, but super high-end inside. Look at the Burmeister high-end speakers. This is on the back door. Really well made. When you get the AMG version of anything Mercedes, right? Hand-built engines. AMG is a different level than the regular Mercedes if you haven't ever checked into those. AMG is where it's at. All money gone. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching this long. If you have, we have a full review of the G63. Nice. All right. See you on the next one. It looked better in Chainlink blue, wouldn't it? Maybe we'll wrap it like that.